Not so maintain trilogy as the fight to the season, which is not hard, it's not the same, it's obviously hard.
अब तो महाराज अब इनमें लगा कि ये कौन है, न तो इसका वो दिख रहा है आदि और न अंत। बोले आदि अंत तो इतना विशाल। तो ब्रह्मा जी ने कहा नारायण हम और आप बाद में लड़ लेंगे, पहले ये देख के आओ कि ये है कौन, ये कौन बीच से बीच आ गए। तो इनका भी तो पता लगाना पड़ेगा ना, तो कैसे पता लगाएं। बोले लगाते चलो, तुम आदि देखने में जाता हूँ। ब्रह्मा जी ने कहा
The sound system is good. You need it if you can't hear me.
We cannot hear. They can't hear. They are in the waiting room.
Hare Krishna.
It is near Maharaj because they can't hear. Can they see Maharaj now?
Voice is breaking up.
Maharaj can avoid that. So that Hare Krishna Prabhuji, they can't
Maharaj.
hear on Zoom. So
Also have to use this.
let me see. Let me-
Just put it here. Nothing so far. Hare Krishna. Is that better?
Yes, Maharaj.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, hi. Now that's good.
Yeah, it's better now. Yeah.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay. How is everyone doing? Okay.
Can you hear?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
It's better now. It's better.
Loudest. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Maharaj, 1 minute.
Maharaj,
No, it's okay. Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So thank you very much. You are here in this wonderful evening today, this satsang program. First of all, I thank you. Grateful to great Lord, His Holiness,
From
Swami Bhagavan Keshava Swami Maharaj from UK.
Bhagavad-gita.
So Maharaj,
Desk,
the eminent speaker, author of so many spiritual books,
desk.
is a motivational speaker, is giving the corporate teachings, corporate lesson to everywhere. And like so many universities, so many students programs
Gita.
is conducting.
Gita ni
And most of the Europe countries, he's giving lectures in all over the Europe, especially in the college and the universities. So we are so grateful, Maharaj, His Holiness Keshava Swami Maharaj. He's among us for 2 days, today and tomorrow. So today also we have did this one. This is a seminar in Mui referral, teaching and referral hospitals. There is very nice, wonderful lessons there. So no need to introduction too much. His Maharaj is when you listen from him, from his mouth, you can understand how he's eminent, how he's eminent, and how depth in the Vedic scriptures. Also, thanks sometimes Kirtika Mataji, so hosting this program and inviting all of you for this wonderful evening to listening the Harikatha. So on behalf of ISKCON Eldoret, also in Kirtika Mataji and all of you, we welcome His Holiness Keshava Swami Maharaj, Swami Bhagavan Keshava Swami Maharaj, and we're chanting Hare Krishna Mantra 1, so we can welcome. Please join with me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Also, my humble request tomorrow also the program, Nagar Kirtan. We are doing this one Nagar Kirtan in the morning, to going to the town, so that people will get benefit. Whoever want to join, please join at 10 o'clock. And after that, there is a students program, also as usual students program, African preaching program. And also in evening 7 o'clock, there is a temple program, like in Hare Krishna temple, there is a temple program. It is open for all. And after that, there is a very nice Krishna Prasadam. So my humble request, please forward this message to others so that many people can get this one and may be benefited. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Partha Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
So thank you all for coming today to hear us. We are in different stages of spiritual life. Actually, when we were born in this world, we all carry with us previous spiritual advancement. So that means when you begin in this life, you're not beginning from zero. The fact that you are here, that you were born, most of you, with understanding of Bhagavad-gita, Sanatan Dharma, means that in previous lives, already you had some exposure. However, it means in previous lives, all of us didn't finish. There was still something left to do. Therefore, we came back to this world. Therefore, you were born wherever you were born. I was born in London. Maybe some of you were born in Kenya. Maybe some of you were born in India. And we were all born in different situations because that's where we had to continue our journey from. So now we're continuing our journey, but the opportunity for each one of us is to say this life is where the journey can end. This life is an opportunity to develop our relationship with Krishna fully. And if we do that, then it means Mrityu samsara vartmani, that we no longer have to come back to this samsara, this world of birth and death. Because here there are many nice things, but still here there are many things that inevitably happen that we don't want to happen, isn't it? One time, one person, he came to Srila Prabhupada and he said, Srila Prabhupada, can you read my palm? Isn't it? Because all the lines say something. Oh yes, you will have many children, much wealth. So he said, can you read my palm? So Srila Prabhupada said, yes, I can read your palm, no problem. So the devotees were very surprised. They didn't know that Srila Prabhupada knew palmistry. So they all came around. Srila Prabhupada said, okay, bring your hand. So then he brought his hand and Srila Prabhupada was looking at it. Then Srila Prabhupada put the light on it. So everyone was fascinated. What will Srila Prabhupada be able to tell? Is in his hand. So Srila Prabhupada looked at his hand and he said, oh, very interesting. Very interesting. So the man said, well, what is in my future? So Srila Prabhupada said, definitely it will happen. He said, wow, what? And then Srila Prabhupada said, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi Dukha Dosha Darshanam. Disease, old age, and death. I can see, it's in your hand. Of course, you don't need to be no palmistry to understand this will happen. Krishna already explains. So we know the world, there are many nice things, but ultimately this is not our true home. So therefore, this life is an opportunity to finish the journey. Today we will read from Bhagavad-gita, chapter number 18, text number 62. The Sanskrit is very simple, so I think if I repeat line by line, even if you don't have it, you can repeat after me. Will you try? Yeah, it's simple. So first we can recite together. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So if anyone has Bhagavad-gita, or you can get on your phone, then we're reading chapter number 18. 18 is the final chapter of the Gita, and we're reading from
62.
text number 62. So this is one of the final verses of the Gita. So this is very, very important. So please listen carefully line by line, and then you can repeat after me. Tameva saranam gaccha sarva bhavena bharata tat prasadat param shanti sthanam prapsyasi shashvatam. Tameva saranam gaccha sarva bhavena bharata tat prasadat param shanti sthanam prapsyasi shashvatam. Tameva saranam gaccha sarva bhavena bharata prasadat param shanti sthanam prapsyasi shashvatam. So this is the translation given by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O Scion of Bharat, surrender unto him utterly. By his grace, you will attain transcendental peace and the supreme eternal abode. Purport. A living entity should therefore surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in everyone's heart, and that will relieve him from all kinds of miseries of this material existence. By such surrender, not only will one be released from all miseries in this life, but at the end, he will reach the Supreme God. The transcendental world is described in the Vedic literature, Rig Veda 120 Padam. Since all of creation is the kingdom of God, everything material is actually spiritual. But Paramam Padam specifically refers to the eternal abode, which is called the spiritual sky or Vaikuntha. In the 15th chapter of the Bhagavad-gita, it is stated, Sarvasya chaham hridi sanivishta. The Lord is seated in everyone's heart. So this recommendation that one should surrender unto the super soul sitting within means that one should surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Krishna has already been accepted by Arjuna as the Supreme. He was accepted in the 10th chapter as Param Brahma, Param Dhamma. Arjuna has accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the supreme abode of all living entities, not only because of his personal experience, but also because of the evidence of great authorities like Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyas. Srila Prabhupada ki. Om Jnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagrana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sanjeevam Sarvetam Savadutam Varijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagrana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Taptakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Hare Tameva Saranam Gacha. Krishna is saying, surrender unto me completely. That is very difficult, isn't it? Who is ready to surrender everything to Krishna? Something we can give to Krishna. Some time we can give to Krishna. Some energy we can give to Krishna. Some Lakshmi we can give to Krishna. But Sharanam Gacha, everything, Sarva Bhavena Bharata, everything to Krishna. Oh, is that practical? Is that possible? Is that even something you would like to do, to give everything to Krishna? But what about if you give everything to Krishna? Then what's left for you? What's left for your life? Therefore, when we talk about surrendering to Krishna, many people are having doubts. Many people are not having that kind of confidence. Many people are not having that kind of faith to give everything to Krishna. Just like recently, we were in Mombasa. So in Mombasa, many of you have been to Mombasa, you know, it's a very beautiful place. Mombasa is like a heavenly planet, isn't it? So in Mombasa, you can go to the beach and it's very, very beautiful, isn't it? The beach is there and then it overlooks the Indian Ocean. So the ocean is very, very beautiful, isn't it? But if you go to the Mombasa beach, then you will see different types of people. Some people, they enjoy the ocean by sitting on the chair on the beach and just looking at the ocean. That's also some enjoyment is there. It's nice to sit on the beach and just watch the ocean. Another type of person, they are taking a step further. They are going to the edge of the ocean. They're lifting their trouser or their dhoti or their sari a little bit and they're dipping their foot in little bit. Not too much, just little bit. And that's very nice, very cooling to put your legs in the ocean. Another type of person is going swimming inside the ocean. So they now go into the ocean and they're surrounded by the ocean. They've gone right into the ocean. But still, they are on the surface. And then another type of person is going into the ocean and they're going into the deep into the ocean. And they go underwater. And then they go to the bottom. And at the bottom of the ocean bed, they find many jewels. There you can find pearls. Like this, there are different types of people who enjoy the ocean. In the same way, there are different types of people who practice spiritual life. There are different types of religious practitioners, we can say. Some are just watching from a distance. It's nice. I go to the temple, I watch everything, I watch everyone. They are doing nicely, they are singing nicely, they're offering prasadam nicely, but I am simply watching them. I don't do, but I like to watch others do, but I don't do. But it's nice to be here with you. Then another type of person is dipping their foot into a little bit. Okay, I maybe try one round. Maybe once a week I'll try to chant some japa. Maybe I'll try a little bit. Just dipping in. Another type of person, they are going in and swimming in the spiritual life. Yes, every day I will do this. Every day I will wake up and every day I will do some chanting, some reading. And then you think, wow, they have gone all the way in, surrounded now by spiritual life. But still, even though they committed, they may still be on the surface. But then there is someone who fully immerses themselves in spiritual life. They are like the person who goes into the ocean. And they are the ones who go into the ocean of Krishna consciousness and find the jewels at the floor of the ocean. So now, for one moment, we have to ask ourselves, which one are we? Are we the ones watching on the side? Are we the ones dipping our foot in and out a little bit? Are we the ones swimming in the ocean, but still not going deep, still doing it superficially? Or are we the ones actually diving deep into the ocean? When Krishna says, Tameva Sharanam Gacha Sarva Bhavena Bharata, what Krishna is basically saying is go deep into the ocean. That is the opportunity that you have. But does it require bravery to dive into the ocean? Yeah. In the ocean, there are so many, there are sharks. There are so many, you don't know. You go down, it's dark. Sometimes you don't know, will you be able to go up? Will you be able to breathe? There are doubts. But one who has bravery and one who has commitment And one who makes that bold step to try to dive in, they are the ones that may find the jewels. So Krishna says, Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate. Who is the one who dives in? Bahunam janmanam ante. That to get to that point may take many, many lifetimes. But in this lifetime, all of us have the opportunity. But sometimes what happens is we are just watching from the sidelines for the whole of our life, and we never really go deep. So here, Krishna is inviting us, take it seriously. Spiritual life is not just something that we do on the side. In fact, our whole life should become spiritual life. Sometimes people think spiritual life is what I do on a certain day of the week, at a certain location, when I have a certain focus in my mind. That's how you begin. But ultimately, spiritual life should be something you are experiencing at every moment, because Krishna is telling Arjuna, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanu smarayudhya cha. Krishna is saying to Arjuna, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu, at all times, ma manusmara, remember me, yudhya cha, and fight. In other words, learn to bring Krishna, learn to bring spiritual consciousness into every aspect of your life. And then Krishna is saying, in this way, you connect everything in your life to me and surrender to me. And in this life, you will find great happiness from that. And at the end of this life, you'll go back to Krishna. Simple as that. Yet to come to that point still is difficult. So how do we come to that point where we can start to make more of a commitment to Krishna? Let me tell you a nice story. Krishna was living in Vrindavan for many, many years. Krishna was in Vrindavan for 12 years. So one day was a very, very special day in Vrindavan. It was the day of Diwali. And on this day, Krishna was thinking what to do, how to celebrate. Who should he spend his time with? Maybe he could spend his time with his cowherd boyfriends, or maybe he could spend time with Mother Yashoda and his father, Nanda Maharaj, or maybe he could go and play with the cows. But ultimately, Krishna was thinking, I want to today, on this very auspicious day of Diwali, I want to meet the gopis. So he was wondering, where are the gopis on this day? So then there was one parrot of Krishna. The parrot of Krishna's name was Vichakshana. And the parrots, they are always flying in different parts of Vrindavan, sending messages. In Vrindavan, there's no emails, there's no telegrams. The parrots carry the messages from place to place. So the parrot came to Krishna and told Krishna, the gopis are in a very, very special place today. They are in a place called Malyahara Kund. It's a very, very beautiful place. You can go to this place even today. So Krishna said, oh, they are there. What are they doing? So Krishna was informed that the gopis are making pearls. They're making pearl necklaces. So Krishna said, wow, they're making pearls? Then I want to go there. And I'll also ask them for some pearls. So Krishna went along and he arrived in that place, in that very beautiful place, and the gopis were there. And there the gopis, they were all busily engaged in making pearl necklaces. So they got the string and they were putting different pearls, different colors in different organizations. And then Krishna looked at Radharani and he said, Srimati Radharani, you are making such beautiful pearl necklaces. Can I also have some pearls? So they said, why do you want pearls? Krishna said, because I have so many cows and I want all of my cows to also have a pearl necklace. They said, pearl necklace for your cows? The cows are running around, they're always stepping on all the plants and the flowers and they're in the dust. What do they want to do with pearl necklaces? Krishna said, no, no, the cows are very dear to me. Govinda, I like to give pleasure to the cows. So you please give me some pearls so that I can give it to the cows. So then Lalita Sakhi, she said, okay, wait here. So Lalita Sakhi went and she went to one sack. And in that sack, there was many pearls. So then she went looking in the pearls and then she brought out one broken, chipped, half finished off pearl. And she came to Krishna and he said, there you go. So Krishna looked at her, he said, this isn't even a proper pearl. How can you give me this? No, you give me some proper pearls. And all the gopis started laughing. They said, Krishna, we will never give you any pearls. So then Krishna walked away and he thought, if the gopis won't give me their pearls, then I'll make my own pearls. So then Krishna went home and he went to Mother Yashoda. And he said to Mother Yashoda, Mata, please give me some pearls. She said, why do you want pearls? Krishna said, because I have to make many, many pearls. So she said, but how will you make so many pearls? Pearls are found in the depth of the ocean. Krishna said, no, if you just give me a few pearls, then what I will do is I will take those few pearls and I will go in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj and I will plant those pearls. And then I will nourish those pearls and then many, many pearls will come. So Mother Yashoda started laughing. She said, you can't make pearls like that. You think that if you put a pearl in the ground, then a plant of pearls will come about? Krishna said, no, I will do it. I want to try. So Mother Yashoda gave him some pearls. So he took those pearls. And then he went to the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. And then he dug up the earth and he put the pearls in. And then once he planted the pearls, then he said to Madhu Mangal, okay, now Madhu Mangal, we have to water the pearls. But we can't water these pearls with just anything. We need to water these pearls with the milk, very special milk that the gopis have collected. So now you go to the gopis and you tell them, we need milk. So Madhu Mangal went to where the gopis were, Malya Harakund. And then Madhu Mangal asked the gopis, Nana, can you give me some milk? They said, first you came asking for pearls, now you want milk. What do you want milk for? So Madhu Mangal said, Krishna is planting pearls. So then they started laughing. They said, where is Krishna? He's gone completely mad. Why is he planting pearls? What will he do? You put pearls in the ground, nothing will happen. Madhu Mangal said, no, Krishna has planted pearls. He is confident that if we nourish the pearls with milk, then more pearls will come. So we need milk from you. So the gopis said, they just laughed. They said, no, you're crazy. We won't waste. No, we are not wasting our pearls and we are not wasting our milk on Krishna. So Madhu Mangal went back. He said, no, they will not give. So then Krishna said, okay, then I will find my own milk. And then Krishna went to Nanda Maharaj's cows. He brought the milk and then he started milking. He poured milk all over where the pearls were. And then the next day he woke up and they were eager. What will happen? What will come out? And sure enough, many, many plants came with many, many pearls. And Krishna was smiling. They were all beautiful pearls, big pearls, small pearls, different colors. And then Krishna took all of those pearls and then he started making different necklaces. And when the gopis came, they were shocked. Where did Krishna get all of these pearls from? So Krishna said, I told you, you didn't want to give me the pearls, so I decided to plant my own pearls. So the gopis, they thought, if Krishna can plant pearls, then we should also do. So then they went and they planted there. They said, get all of our pearls. So they got all of their pearls and they decided to plant it. And then they went back to the village and they said, you give us all of your other jewelry, all of your necklaces, we'll plant everything. Krishna has taught us a trick. If you plant it and you water it with milk, then more comes. So they put everything into the ground. And then they put milk. So they were waiting eagerly the next morning. And as they came the next morning, indeed, many things had grown, but they were all thorn bushes. And Krishna and all the cowherd boys were there and they were laughing at the gopis. They said, you did not want to give us. Now we have created more. We have created so many pearl necklaces that the cows all have pearl necklaces. What to speak of the cows, even the goats, even the hens, everyone we've given a pearl necklace to, and now you don't have any of your pearl necklaces. You put them all in the ground. And like this, Krishna was laughing. So this is a very, very ancient story told by Raghunath Das Goswami in a book called Mukta Charita. But this story is very, very instructive, because what does this story mean for us? One of our teachers, he explains that the pearls are the commitment you make to Krishna. Every time you make a commitment to Krishna, it is like planting a pearl in your heart. And when you make that commitment, then every subsequent day, when you honor that commitment to Krishna, that vow to Krishna, then it's like watering that pearl. And when you water that pearl of commitment, of vow to Krishna, then over time, that one vow that you made for Krishna, that you have followed, means that many, many other pearls will come about in your life. And therefore, to come to this point of surrender to Krishna, everyone has to make a commitment to Krishna. Everyone has to make some vows in their life. Everyone has to decide that, yes, from tomorrow, I will do this, even if it's very small. But once you make that vow, you follow that vow and you continue on with that vow. And once from that vow, then you make a bigger vow, and then you make a bigger vow. And as you make more and more commitments to Krishna, then what you will find is that surrendering to Krishna becomes very, very natural. And this is how spiritual life is progressing. There are different levels of vows. Okay? So today, please think about what vow you can make for Krishna. The original vow, the ultimate vow that the living entity makes to Krishna. Smartavya satatam Vishnur, Vishmartavya najatuchit, sarve vidhi nishedashur, etayor eva kinkara. The ultimate vow is always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. Sarve vidhi nisheda shur etayoreva kinkara. Every other vow that you make is in pursuance of that ultimate vow. So the ultimate vow is that someone says, I will always remember Krishna and I will never forget Krishna. But then someone may say that vow is too high. We have to make some more manageable vows now. So then it said, a devotee in their life, there are other vows that they make. The major vow that one makes below, always remember Krishna and never forget him, is the vow of initiation. To get initiated by a spiritual master, to take what we call Diksha. Diksha in our ISKCON movement means that you come to that point where you say, every day I will chant 16 rounds and I will follow the 4 regulative principles, and I will try to read the books of Srila Prabhupada. So this is said to be the primary vow that one makes in their life. And from this vow, it helps one to achieve the ultimate vow, to always remember Krishna and never forget him. But there are not just these vows. Another type of vow that one can make in their life is supportive vows. So for example, every 2 weeks there is Ekadashi, and one can do fasting for Ekadashi. One can make the vow that every Ekadashi I will abstain from this thing. And that vow brings you closer to Krishna. And then Kartik comes, then you, or Purushottam Mas is coming now, very special month. Then you can make a vow in that month to do something extra for Krishna. Like this, what everyone has to do in their life is make more and more vows, more and more commitments to Krishna. The more commitment that you make to Krishna, the more you are going into that ocean of bhakti. But if one is in spiritual life for a long, long time, but one is hesitating to make a vow, one is hesitating to make a commitment to Krishna, then what will happen is they will remain their whole life simply as a spectator. They will not find the real wealth of spiritual life. And therefore, when we hear about surrender to Krishna, sometimes this surrender to Krishna can seem very, very far away. But the way we approach surrender to Krishna is by every day making a small, small vow. And then from that vow, making a bigger vow. And then from that vow, making a bigger vow. And by making these commitments, surrender to Krishna becomes very, very natural. So sometimes someone is hesitating to make a commitment because they feel, but what about if I make a commitment and I won't be able to follow it after some time? Then that is not good. But one must be brave. One must try. You see, when you look at a mountain from far away, it looks very exciting. Yes, I will climb the mountain. But then when you actually come to the mountain, you think, my God, will I be able to climb the mountain? And then later on, you start walking, and halfway through, you think, oh my God, I don't think I'm going to make it. But somehow, if you maintain that commitment through good association, and you get to the peak of that mountain, then from the peak of that mountain, you will get an amazing view. So if you want to actually experience something in your spiritual journey, then you must make some kind of vow, some kind of commitment. And that is the essence of how you surrender to Krishna. Vows are easy in the beginning and they're easy in the end. But in the middle, the vows are very difficult. They're easy in the beginning because you have enthusiasm, and they're easy in the end because you're in spiritual maturity, so you have taste. But in the middle, there is always struggles when you make a vow. But someone who goes through that and makes that inner commitment to Krishna, they are the ones that will ultimately experience a higher level of devotion. So, in any relationship, the relationship is only going as deep as the commitment that you make. And so it's not just about coming to the temple, it's not just about attending the functions and the programs, it's not just about having pictures in your home and having a temple in your home, but it's about making a daily commitment in your spiritual life. That is what will make your spiritual life actually deep and meaningful. And that will lead to this surrender that Krishna is talking about. But straight after Krishna says this verse, Then Krishna says to Arjuna in the very next verse, Iti te jnanamakyatam guyat guyataram maya vimrashe tadasheshena yathechasi tatha guru. Straight after Krishna says to Arjuna, surrender unto me utterly, the very next thing Krishna says to Arjuna is, I've told you, I've given you the knowledge, now it's up to you. Now you do what you want to do. Krishna is ultimately giving us the free will. Krishna never forces. No one will ever force you. But we must develop that enthusiasm and that desire within ourselves to say, yes, I will make a commitment. And if you make that commitment to Krishna, then many, many pearls will come in your life. But if you don't make that commitment and you just watch from the sidelines, then it will remain simply just religion, tradition, and culture, but not really any deep spiritual experience. So that is what Krishna is offering us. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
So I don't know if anyone has any questions or any comments or anything you would like to ask. Then we can have some discussion if someone has anything they would like to ask.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is it only by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra you achieve the Supreme? Or is it any name of his gives you the same destination? Number two.
Okay, so let's go with that one first. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatra Pita Niyamita Smarane Nakalaha. Krishna Nam Namakari Bahuda. He has many, many names. Nija Sarva Shaktish. And in all of his names, he has invested his spiritual energy. So whatever name of Krishna you chant, Krishna, Ram, Govinda, Narayan, these all have power because Krishna and his name is non-different. However, the Shastra also says, Iti Shodashakam Nam Nam Kalikalma Sanasanam Nata Parataro Paya Sarvavede Drishyate. The Shastra also says, Iti Shodashakam Nam Nam. These 16 names, Hare Krishna, the Hare Krishna mantra. Iti Shodashakam Nam Nam Kali Kalmashanashanam. These 16 names, this mantra has a special power to remove the influence of Kali Yuga. Nata Parataropayat. In this age of Kali, you will never find a higher process than this. Sarva Vedeshu Drishyate. Chanting this mantra is the essence of all the Vedas. So if you chant any name of God, you will get benefit. But the Hare Krishna mantra is specifically empowered in this age to bring one to spiritual realization. And therefore, all the teachers recommend that yes, you can chant any mantra and that will give benefit. But the ultimate chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra is what will give the supreme benefit.
Thank you. Now, my second question is, God is just one, whether we're Hindu, Muslim, Christian, doesn't matter. God is just one. Now, in the other religions, there's no Mama. They chant the name of God. So does that mean they don't achieve spiritual realization of God? Or is it only this mantra in Kali you achieve?
The achievement of God and going back to the kingdom of God is dependent on one qualification and one qualification only, and that is that one has love. If one has love, then they go back to God, no doubt. Yet, there are also different levels of intimacy and relationship with God, even in the spiritual world. When we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, then what we're actually doing is we're addressing God in his most intimate way. Krishna means the all-attractive one. Ram means the reservoir of pleasure. So these names of God are connecting to God in his most intimate feature. Vrindavan, where Krishna plays, is known as the playground of God. It's the place where God is in his most natural form, most intimate form. There are other names of God. Allah. Allah means the great one. So that is also a name of God, but that is relating to God in a very formal way. And so someone may awaken love by chanting other names of God, but still what will happen is that their way of relating to God is still a very formal type of love. But when we're chanting Hare Krishna and when we're relating to Krishna and Krishna's name, fame, form, qualities, then what we're doing is we're connecting with God in his most intimate feature. And the love that we develop from that is a very special type of love that takes you to the most confidential part of the spiritual world. So we're not going to sit here and say, if you don't chant the Maha Mantra, you can't get love for God. Or if you don't chant the Maha Mantra, you can't go back to the spiritual world. Maybe someone can, and maybe someone can connect with God. But what the Maha Mantra is doing is taking you into the inner chambers of God's life in the most intimate way. And other religions may not give you access to that kind of intimacy with God. There is a unity in the diversity of religious traditions. The unity of all religions is that they can all take you to God. But the diversity is that they give different levels of detail and intimacy in their understanding of God.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. You want to say something more?
No, I mean, no, that makes sense. It is wonderful. Now, my last question is, you're talking about vows. Assuming we make vows and then you don't achieve them, there are consequences.
Is there a consequence if you make a vow and you don't achieve them? Krishna knows life is hard. Krishna knows life is difficult. Krishna says in the Bhagavad-gita, what to speak of breaking a vow, Krishna says, Apichet suduracharo bhajate mam ananyabhak sadureva samantavya samyagya vasito hisaha. Krishna even says in the Gita, if one does something dura achar, if someone does something very bad, makes a mistake, sadureva samantavya, I still consider that person a saintly person, samyak vyavasito hisaha, if in their determination they still keep trying. So when you take a vow, there's a good chance that maybe sometimes we may fall from the vow. But as long as we then pick ourselves up and we try again, then Krishna is not just looking at the detail that, oh, you missed out one day, or you said you would do it your whole life, but you missed out 5 days. No, Krishna is kind. He'll see that, yes, everyone in Kali is weak, but you're trying your best. So Krishna make a mistake or we fall short. So we have to try. If we live our whole life thinking, I'm not going to make a vow until I'm 100% sure I'll be able to follow it, you'll never make any vow.
Thank you.
Already we made so many vows in our life. Some of you got married. That was a vow. That was a big vow. How do you know that you'll be able to live with that person for the rest of your life, every single day? How are you so bold to make a vow? Well, you made a vow because there was some attraction and there was some connection, and you made that vow and it's working out. So we should, you see, when it comes to spiritual life, we're very, very cautious. We're very, very, like, no, I should not, But in other aspects of life, we're ready to just do it. How many people just leave their country and just go to another country and say, I'm going to start a new life? That's a big vow. But we do it. So just look at all of the things you already did in your material life to achieve where you are now. And ask yourself, if I could even make 10% of the commitment I made to build my material life, if I could only make 10% of that commitment in my spiritual life, where would I be? You studied for 20 years for material education. Imagine just 10%, 2 years you dedicated only to studying the Shastra. Where would you be? Only 10%. Where would you be? But where we? So therefore, it's not that we are alien to commitment, alien to determination. We do it in so many aspects of our life. Why can't we do it for Krishna? Can. But it's not cheap. Spiritual life is not cheap. You have to make a commitment. That's okay. Anyone else? Any question, comment?
People say that vows are meant to be broken.
Some people say.
Some people.
Shastra doesn't say.
So,
What? Where?
Where should we draw the line?
Where should we draw the line? No, vows are not meant to be broken. Vows are meant to be honored. But if for some reason someone may fall short in their vow, then they just have to pick themselves up and try again. So it's not that when you take a vow from the day one, you're thinking, yeah, I have this much leeway in case I fall from my vow. No. When you make a vow, you should have the commitment in your mind, your determination that I will follow this 100%. That sincerity should be there. But then on the path, if something untoward comes about, then we learn. Why did we become weak? Why did we fall from our vow? We learn from our weakness. We pick ourselves up and we try again. So therefore, we will make mistakes in our life. That's likely. But Krishna doesn't disqualify you if you make a mistake. But we must be sincere and we must learn from our mistakes.
because in the Bhagavad-gita, many people will say that even Krishna will the vow.
Yes.
Write it up in some situation.
Yes, because there is a hierarchy of vows. Remember, even I said there are voluntary vows, there's supportive vows, there's vows of initiation, but the ultimate vow is always remember Krishna and never forget him. All vows, all other vows are subservient to that vow. So sometimes in a very, very unique situation, one may give up a lower vow to honor a higher vow. So the higher vow of Krishna is, Krishna said, Kshipram bhavati dharmatma sasvat chantim nigacchati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. My vow is that my devotee will never be harmed. So when it came to that point where Arjuna was being attacked, then Krishna was willing to give up a lower vow, but not whimsically, not because he was weak, or not because he was tired, or not because now he felt, I don't know why I made that vow, it was a rubbish vow anyway. No, because he had a higher vow that he wanted to honor. So when Krishna gives up a lower vow, it's not giving up a vow whimsically. It's giving up a vow in pursuance of something higher.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
if I am happy in my present life, I'm happy and I'm satisfied, then why are you taking more vows?
Because you can be more happy. Happiness is not limited. There's more and more happiness. Anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam purnamrita aswadhanam. Ananda is like an expanding ocean. So if you already got some happiness from Krishna, then why not give more? If I tell you, you invest 10 back, then how much will you invest? $10?
How much?
How much? Only 1,000? Guaranteed. For every $10, you'll get 1,000.
I'll invest all my money.
All your money. Okay, good. Yes. If I say to you, yeah, for $10 you get 1,000, you will not come to me and say, okay, here's 10. No, you'll give everything. Why not? So if you already got some joy, some happiness, some contentment, why not give more? Because if you hold that back from Krishna, you know what will happen, right? You will invest it somewhere else. If you hold back time from Krishna, you'll give that time to something else. If you hold back your wealth from Krishna, you'll give that wealth to something else. And what return will you give if you give it somewhere else? Will you get anything back? We already experienced in our life when we invest things in material things, what do we get back? It doesn't satisfy the heart. Yet we continue investing in those things. Why not try to invest in something that's not going to let you down? Yeah, there's no reason not to. Material life it will never work. They used to say, if you want to be happy, you need 3 things. Good health, money, and time. The material hypothesis was that if you had these 3 things, you'll be happy. Money, health, and time. We don't agree with that formula. But even if you did agree with that formula, think about your life. In your youth, you have good health, you have loads of time, but you don't have any money. In your middle age, you have money. You still have your health. And in your old age, loads of time and all the money in the bank, but no health. Material life is bound to fail. Something will always be missing. Yet we keep investing in something that we know is not taking us anywhere. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada said, you gave so many lives to Maya. Now just give one life to Krishna and see what happens. You think one whole life to Krishna? Try. See what happens. It doesn't mean you have to walk away from everything. It just means you need to connect everything in your life to Krishna. So we are hesitating. That's the problem. We're hesitating. We're not sure. We want to give a little bit to Krishna, but we're holding back a little bit. So then you can hesitate. Time ticks on. And time leaves us behind after. And then what will we take with us? We built up an empire. And what will we leave with? Yet we continue investing in temporary land. Have you ever seen on Mombasa Beach? I was watching some kids were building sand castles. And then what happens? With the waves of time, whoosh, that's what people are doing. Building castles in the sand. So yes, you are happy. If you say, I'm already happy, become more happy by investing more. Try it. Nothing to lose. I'm going to lose it anyway. Okay. Money is an interesting thing. Everyone is running around for money. Shall I tell you the interesting thing about money? When you're trying to get the money, it gives you complete anxiety. When you have the money, it gives you complete anxiety. And when you lose the money, it gives you anxiety. When you're trying to get money, it's so hard work, such anxiety. Once you've got the money, anxiety is there. Someone is taking my money. What will happen? The kids or this, that. And when you lose it, maha anxiety. Money gives us anxiety from the beginning, middle to the end, and we still live for that only. It's amazing. So we should become a little smart, little wise, and realize now I should invest in something more permanent. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. We won't go on and on because tomorrow is also a long day. Thank you for your attention. Srimad Bhagavad-gita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hope you are enjoying this session. How many people are not enjoying? Thank you very much for your coming. And also thank you very much, His Holiness Swami Bhagavan, Bhagavad-gita Maharaj. All of you described in this introduction. You can, when he speaks, you can understand how that, and you can realize what is the essence of our human life. So, thank you very much on behalf of Kirtika Mataji. She is hosting this program, and also you are coming with many numbers. Thank you very much. Please join and enjoy your life. Hare Krishna. So please chant Hare Krishna mantra once.
Yeah, understand.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. We'll do nursing prayer, so no problem. So some volunteers, please arrange the prasadam. Then in the same time we'll do nursing prayer. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Once you can sing Nashina. Who's going to do the arti? You do the arti. Yeah.
You can do
No,
that.
you
and
do.
Prashadam.
Yeah, while you're doing this, you do the arti. That part probably. The plate is there.
This one, okay? Where is the matches?
Down. Down.
भगवान की जय, प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंद। हरे हरे।
Hare Krishna.
Is it? What it is?
Make announce what's happening next.
Where is it? Switch off. Where is switch off? Slide.